Hello, people. It's gonna be a rough morning. We'll see. Let me tune into my. Well, I'm not gonna try to use my phone, but let me get situated here. Plug in my phone to charge it. Let me see what's going on. The Ukraine-Russian issue is still not resolved, so we're just gonna have to wait until that happens. Not much else to do. Let's see. Let me see here. I will be ready soon. I launched the chat a little bit early in case we need extra time to talk and explain things. Yeah. Let me see here. I will probably do like a lunchtime live chat to talk about the Super Bowl because it was a great game, worth discussing. Fantastic game, a fantastic off-season, postseason for football altogether. Okay, probably one of the best postseason that I can remember in my 40 plus years of watching football. I got my hot coffee here, a nice brisk day down here in Sarasota. It's probably, what is a degree down here? It's a little bit chilly. Let's see, what is the temperature right now? Weather, it is 52 degrees. Yeah, tomorrow the low will be in the mid 40s. So yeah, but Wednesday, high 81. Yeah. All right. We just had to have 1 or 2 more days of chilliness. Right now it's 52, but I think by 2 o'clock today, it's going to be probably low 70s. Weather, it is 52 degrees. All right. All right. Things are up and running. I turned my volume down so I don't have to hear myself talk. The hands are doing okay. I actually decided to order some deworming medicine because only one hand is not doing well. She is better, but she's still not herself. And that video was shot over 10 days ago, so it's been a long time. Okay, the first 3 days with the yogurt, she was slowly getting better. I had bought 2 big tub, like those were they 32 ounces or 28 ounces, whatever they were. They had finished 2 tub of that. She's better, but she's still not herself. All right, so I have decided to move on to giving them deworming medicine sometime this week. I ordered the medicine Saturday. It should be here today or tomorrow. So, good morning, Rob Wilson, Pigpen, Dark Alley. All right, let's talk about the market. We have Russia issues. Okay, Russia issue, Ukraine. Eventually, it will be resolved. Eventually, NATO, the US, and Russia will come to an agreement that they're not going to invade Ukraine, and Ukraine is not going to join NATO. That's what it's going to take. That's what Putin wants. Putin would gladly do nothing if NATO say, Ukraine, you cannot join NATO. It's that simple. But until the superpower are done with jostling, flexing, not much we can do. Okay, so right now the market is in a tough spot, but here is the dilemma that I want people to understand. For those that are so fearful that this is the end of the world, which it is not. Okay, it is not, but it seemed that way because that's how things are. If you sell here, and take a loss, and if tomorrow, it's a lot of if, okay, Russia and the Ukraine and the NATO and the US come to some kind of agreement and the market rip 3, 4, 5% higher, are you gonna be okay selling down here and not getting back in time? So ask yourself that question before you push the panic button. Okay, this is not easy for anyone. No, I am okay. I don't like it, but you can tell from my tone it's normal. I've been through this enough. Okay, it's not. This is the reason that I preach to a lot of traders, especially the new one, like my brother. Last year, I said, buy quality. When you buy quality, they will still go down. Okay, nothing is immune to fear, and this is how ETF impact everything. The more ETF is, the more popular ETF is in the market, the more everything move in sync. So let's say a lot of people, instead of like buy individual stocks, they buy the QQQ, right? And let's say they get so fearful, or the short step up and sell short the QQQ. If the QQQ go down, what is gonna stop Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, blah 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 to all go down? All right, it is what it is. So a lot of time when you have a down market like this is why there is no more safety, because between the SPY, the QQQ, the DIA, if you don't know what the DIA is, short, I call it DIA, is the Dow Jones. You buy the 30 stock in the Dow Jones. And then the SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, every index, every stock, well, many, if not the majority of the big companies belong in some kind of ETF, whether it's XLF, which is the financial ETF, or the banks from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you name it. Many of the top 2,000 or 3,000 companies belong in some kind of ETF. Yes, I said 2,000 or 3,000. So when the markets sell off like this, when people are just selling across the board, you are not going to be able to avoid anything that's going to turn red. Okay, everything's going to bleed red. This is why. All right, this is, in the old days, you have less of the everything is down, unless you have like a crash like 1987. Yes, everything went down. Or say even in 2000, that bubble crash knocked almost everything down. Okay, but since then there is literally no safety out there. All right, the only safety when something like this happens is maybe gold. All right, maybe gold. All right, it's not like a sure thing that gold is gonna balloon up. Yeah, I mean, Ukraine. The problem with Ukraine, for those that bother to watch my other video on my other channel, I load a video yesterday that discussed Ukraine. Does anybody in the chat room know that the Ukraine conflict with Russia go back to a lot longer, and even is the war that they have right now go back to 2014? Does anybody even know that? Or it's something, or Ukraine, something you just heard last week? 2014, okay? Now, I don't want to spend too much time in this chat talk about Ukraine, because I already talked about that in my other channel. So if you care at all about my 2 cents about Ukraine, NATO, Russia, and the US, you can go to the other channel and watch that 10-15 minute video. Otherwise, we focus on the financial market right here, okay? All right, so if you buy quality, even if it's not a good quality like Intel, you are likely to suffer less than buying something that is very risky. So I prefer to avoid, even in good time, okay? I am not a fan of buying penny stocks. I'm not a fan of buying garbage out there because some chatbot talk about something. No, I don't need to do that, all right? I learned that the best approach to trading stocks is buy and sell what you understand, what you follow. You understand the pattern, you understand the cycle, you understand the up and down, you understand how sound the business is. So on bad moment like last week and this week, you're not gonna freak out. Okay, so my first lesson I told my brother is invest so that you can sleep well at night no matter what. All right, so I know for myself, I don't like 10%, 20% down either, but that has happened. But when I invest in sound company with sound strategy, things will work out 3 months, 6 months, a year later. It'll be okay. It might be crappy for 3 weeks or 3 months, but step back, span out, and it'll be okay. All right. I'm not worried about any company going bankrupt. That's what happened when you buy crappy company. The other video on the other channel I have is called Boxless. Okay, box with a dash, less. It is basically it's everything else. It's about family. It's about success in business. It's about social dilemma. It's about my view on political. It's everything that this channel is not. You know, this channel might be about comic book and stock market. The other channel is everything else. The reason why I call it boxless is because I approach my life not living in any box. Okay, people like to categorize other people in boxes. Okay, and there's a term step out of the box. Well, I approach life simply with no boxes, boxless. Okay, F the box. Okay, I don't check any box. I don't belong to any group. So that's why I call it boxless. Okay, so now I did talk to my friend over the weekend about how he's the same as I am in many things, and the one thing that he has no tolerance for is making small loss turn into big loss. So he has a strategy for Google. Okay, now this is what he's doing. I'm not telling you this is what I'm doing, but I am considering it. Okay, so he's bullish on Google, but given the state of the market, he fully understands that Google is going to suffer like the rest of the big boys. All right, it's not going to escape it. So what is he going to do? The very first thing, as he always told me, and I told everyone here, stay out of selling, buying anything on a bad day like this in the first 15 minutes. Don't do it, okay? Because there's going to be a mad panic in the first 15 minutes. There's going to be a lot of weak hands. There's going to be shaking out. There's going to be some massive selling in the first 15 minutes. Don't be that fool, okay? It does not mean that he's not going to exit and fight another day. He is very disciplined, okay? So here is what he's doing. All right, so he liked Google, but at the same time, he just like, you know, if Google failed to hold here, right? Let's see, let's go to the low of Friday. Okay, the low of Friday was 20. See, right now it's, forget about after pre-market. Okay, this morning at what time is this? This morning at 7 a.m. 7:15, somebody sold at 26:45. Ignore those kind of, okay? He care about real hours. Well, real players are stepping in. Right here, okay, 2668-ish, okay, 2669, that's the low point of Friday. So this is what he's doing. If after the first 15 minutes, if Google trades sideways, he will put a stop right there. Okay, that's going to be his stop. If Google trade down and then bounce, then he will put a stop right where the low point is of the first 15 minutes, and then he's gonna be out. All right, Why would he do that? He's very disciplined in taking small loss before it turns into big loss. Because let's say this issue with Ukraine drag on for 2 or 3 more days, the market will go down. No if, no buts about that, right? So where would he get back in? Right here. See, for him, it's just like, would I get out at 26.60 and buy $50 cheaper? Yes. How about down here? $180 cheaper? The answer is absolutely. Okay, so that's how he look at things. He doesn't look at like, oh, I lost 50 bucks. I lost $100. No, he's like, I would rather take a $50 to $100 loss here, buy $50 to $150 lower, right? So that's his strategy. I am following the same, all right? I told my brother I will do exactly just that. I don't have a problem pulling the cord. I have 5 shares and I have no problem selling those 5 shares right here and then buying back lower, okay? And if I'm wrong and Putin decided that, oh, you know, if Putin, Russia, Ukraine come to a resolve next week, next day, tomorrow, and it bounced and I missed it, I missed. But discipline, I must be, okay? Discipline he is. That's just my take on it. I'm not telling you to, I'm not gonna bother do what everybody on YouTube does, just like I don't bother with the bullshit that you see with many eBay seller. I'm not a professional, you know, grading is subjective. I'm not a professional, blah, blah, blah. Same thing here. Every YouTube channel spout out bullshit all day long and then throw the disclaimer. I'm not a professional, blah, 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 right? I'm sure you heard all those videos, okay? You are grown men. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you how I am doing anything, and if you don't like it, that's fine. If you follow my thing, that's fine. But I'm not gonna throw out disclaimer. This is not financial advice. I mean, good God. Good God. It's all depend. Would I take an average down? Maybe, maybe not. You know, there's time when I average down. Okay, I'm just telling you that for something like Google, I'm more likely to sell. Now, I did tell my brother this morning that I have 5 shares of Google so far, right? Would I do a stop loss and get out here on all 5 shares? Maybe not. Instead of average down, I might say take a loss on 2 or 3 shares and then hold on to the rest, because the last 2 shares I bought, it was pretty low. The last 2 shares I bought was like 26.72 or something like that. So it's pretty low. Again, I would definitely dump the one I bought at 2,800 and then buy it lower. So there's many things I can do. All right, I'm just giving you the option of what you should do, what you can do. Yeah, I completely despise people on YouTube that give advice, calling tops and bottom, triangle this, show head and shoulder that. You know all the crypto channel that gotta spew out like 5 videos a day on every single movement. It's just dog shit, utter dog shit. Okay, and they always throw out the caution. I'm not a financial advisor. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Yet they have millions of followers, millions. This world is too damn stupid. Those kind of followers to the channel need not be here, because I will bitch slap every single one of those people. Go F yourself. He shorted Amazon. He would consider cover Amazon at this down here at 30.19. But for him, he's not gonna cover his full position here. Okay, he want to see if this thing hold, because for him, hey, say hello to 28.80. Okay, he would switch. He would cover short down here and go long again. All right, so that's what he's gonna do. on Amazon. What else? JPM crashing through. Okay, here we go. JPM. Where would he look at it? I mentioned Friday that I will consider JPM here at 152-ish, this support. But given how the market is, we might say hello to the 20 average, okay, to the 20 MA at 150. So yeah, heck, selling JPM at 157, 158, buy back at 150. Yeah, heck yes, I would. But yeah, it need to show me that it can hold 152 before I consider buying it there. But for now, if it come down to 150, yes, 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 yes. Okay, always be flexible. Okay, I have multiple plans. Most likely, I will put a stop. But until the first 15 minutes is done with all the initial wave of panic, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, as always, step back the first 15 minutes, let the first wave of panic people stampede out the door first. You can't control them. They're not going to listen to any reasoning. Let them do their thing and then evaluate the situation. Okay. What else? For sure, everything is going to be ugly. Okay. Home Depot, goodness gracious. Remember I talked about Home Depot, no touch? It's going to say hello to this support line here. Okay. And no touch. Apple's gonna do 167. For the person that was asking me about Apple will definitely go below the low of Friday, right? That's okay. That's okay, right? This apply the same strategy I have with Google. Let the first 15 minutes play out, and then if Apple is above last Friday low, put a stop right there. If Apple go down in the first 15 minutes beyond 168, which it likely will, let the first 15 minutes pass, and then if they start to bounce higher, put your stop right there, okay, at the low of day this morning in the first 15 minutes. Pretty simple strategy, right? And you can apply this to many positions. Okay, that's what I am looking to do. I'm gonna be very mindful. Sure, I won't be on between 9:30 and 9:45 because I want full attention on the market. But yes, if anyone have time to care to watch my other video, what's more important about that that video is not what I said. Okay, nothing that I said in that video is news. If you watch the other video that I link below in the comment section, in the description section of that video, I put a link to a video that was 8 years old that explained the situation in Ukraine back in 2014. Everything in that video that was 8 years ago in 2014 during that first conflict with Ukraine and Russia, everything there is still in play today. That video is more important than what I said in 15 or 10 minutes, okay? Because that explained to you the problem with Ukraine. And for those that don't care to watch that video, I will give you a quick synopsis right now. If you understand, if you see the problem that we have in Iran, Iraq, Syria, in the Middle East, why do we have problem there? We go into those countries, liberate them without understanding the internal conflict that go on for centuries. Within Syria, within Iran, within Iraq, there are many factions that despise each other, that will kill each other, okay? In a perfect world, you know what I would wish they can do? Divide up every single one of those countries in smaller countries so that the people that are hating each other are no longer in the same country. This way they don't fight anymore, okay? But that's my simple wishful thinking. The same thing with Ukraine. Ukraine is heavily divided into two factions. One want to go with the Russian, one speak Russian, and one part is anti-Russia that want to be with the West, okay? So the internal conflict with the Ukraine has been going on for quite some time, and it go back centuries. And the people in power, the leader of Ukraine, of course, is in the West, right? They belong to the group that want to join NATO. The people on the right side of Ukraine want desperately to go with the Russian, right? So in a perfect world, what would I like to see? Ukraine split into two countries where one side stay with the Russian, the other side split away and then do whatever it want, okay? Because right now, not everybody in the Ukraine want to join NATO. There are people in Ukraine that support the Russian and their movement. So it's no different than the Middle East, any country, okay? This country, the US, has failed to understand internal conflict of just about every other country outside the US, okay? It's utterly ridiculous that we can't understand that. We cannot even agree from state to state in this country. Every state in this country want different things. That's the reason why many bills cannot pass, okay? And yet we want to go to other countries and tell them, you should be one. Utter nonsense. Correct, Philip Cummings. Correct. It is utterly, as a person that came from outside the US, it pains me. It pains me to see this country constantly get itself into war and conflict all over the world because we think other people deserve, yes, I use that word, deserve to live in a world like us. It doesn't work that way, okay? It does not. We cannot save the world. We cannot be the savior of everybody. Not everybody love America. If you watch my other channel, I did a video that I coined proxy colonialism. Okay, we use freedom and democracy as a fake news nonsense to front what we really want. Okay, we want other country to adopt us, our way of living, to buy our stuff. At the end of the day, it's about, hey, we want this country to like us so that we can trade with them. They can buy more Coca-Cola. They can buy more Apple. They can more. It's all about money, all right? It's other people freedom be damned. But the biggest problem in this country is a lot of people, not just this country alone, okay? But for sure in this country, there's just a lot of people that really don't give a shit about history, okay? People in this country, a lot of adults in this country don't even know the history of this country, let alone understand other people. And then we have a lot of men that love to kill, war mongering, you know, and then they don't care. They just need a reason to go kill somebody, right? They just need a reason to go shoot their guns. And so they don't care about the history, okay? They like to stand behind the flag and democracy and freedom and let's go shoot some people, right? That's good enough reason. It doesn't matter if the news is fake and the weapon of mass destruction is fake. I just want to go shoot some guns. All right, off my political soapbox. Somebody asked me something about drawing trend lines. So okay. Everything that we look at today is going to be ugly, all right? So it's not like I need to look at any chart to tell you, oh, Costco. Somebody talked to me about Costco last week, and I didn't talk about Costco last Friday. All right, so Costco, you know me, I was saying sell, 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 right? I sold at 521, sure. For those that hold on, I hope you sell at the 530s. If you didn't, well, say hello to, so the first spot that I would consider buying, we're already there. So now, 501, 502, okay? We are going to go below, okay? We are heading below the moving average here, all right? So watch out, watch out. We can go say hello to the 200-day down here. But for now, I think 502 would be the first line of battle that Costco must hold. And then, my goodness, would I love to buy Costco at 472, 473? Absolutely. Okay, so just hold on. Just hold on. No need to be a hero. Dark Alley recording saying like the political soapbox. Yeah, I mean, I don't, that's why I talk about, that's why I create the other channel, because I really don't mind talk about political things, but I know how YouTube is, I mean, a lot of people here on this channel right now, I'm sure are unsubbing because they just don't care for me to listen to financial market, which is fine. The goal was never to gain subs. The goal for me here is to segue away from comic books altogether and focus on trading, because that's more important to me. Okay, I will still buy and sell comic books, but that's no longer the primary focus for me. It was a primary focus for the past 10 years, not anymore. The question was trend line. Okay, drawing trend line is tricky. Okay, you can draw a lot of different trend line. When it comes down to drawing trend line, what you want to do is trying to draw a trend line between points that are more than 2 days or 2 weeks, okay, 2 months. The longer, the more multiple point, the better, all right? You don't want to draw a trend line that was just last week when you have 2 points. Like, would I care to do a trend line right here between this and this 6 days apart? No, absolutely not, okay? Would I do a trend line from here to here a month apart? Yeah, but that would be like the minimum here. But here's a good one right here, okay? 151.63, let's do that. 151 right there. This is the beautiful trend line right here, okay? Right there. Okay, it's between 2 points over a span of like a year, okay? And it shows you a pretty good downward trend. And let's go to, let's see. Let's look at a 2-year span, see what happened. All right, looking good. All right, so that's a decent trend line to draw, all right? So when it comes down to the trend line, you just have to use your eyes, trying to measure something that is beyond 2 days or 2 weeks, preferably at least 2 or 3 months apart, right? But the more point, the better. At the minimum 2 points, the more, the better. I can't say more than that, but take a look. Okay, take a look at this right here. The low, 86.5. Isn't that a decent trend line? So you can do this one. So you can do this line right here, which is actually a good trend line to draw, okay? Because look at this. It hit, it bounced, it crashed under, it get over, and now it's riding the trend line. See, that's a good trend line right there, okay? Because you have multiple point, multiple point where the stock is riding the channel, riding the trend line, right? So I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Okay. Edit property, make that a blue because I like to do this color. There you go. See that's to me that's a really beautiful trend line right there. See that? I like that. Okay, so yeah, let's save that. Let's save IBM, and that's how you draw a trend line. You want multiple points, multiple touch, and you want multiple touch, but at the same time you want to see the touch that means something. Okay, like this big bounce, big bounce, big dip under it, big fight over, and now riding the trend line. That's good. Philip Cummings, do you dabble in crypto? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. In fact, if you new here, Phil, is this the same Phil that used to be big on comic books 9 years ago, Phil? The name sounds familiar, but I haven't seen you around the block in a long time. Yes, okay. Now, if you follow me in crypto, I bought crypto. Well, I bought crypto many years ago, okay? But most recently, I sold crypto to buy my condo. Well, I sold some crypto to buy the condo back in October, okay? So I sold at 52, okay? I had to. I didn't have a choice, okay? The closing date was there, and I'm just lucky enough that I bought the condo in September when the market was down here, okay? And then I rolled it up and sold at 54. Between 52 and 54, I sold in two chunk, and then I bought at 36 and 39, okay, down here. And what did I say here? I did say when this thing right here failed on me, I got out, okay, 43-ish, and now it is 42.8, so it's below where I exit. Would I touch crypto right here? Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. I'm not touching crypto right here, okay? Because of the NASDAQ. Crypto and the NASDAQ has moved in sync way too much for me to care. I talk about this for the past many weeks, if not many months. I'd like to see crypto decouple from the NASDAQ. Otherwise, crypto is going to be slave to the NASDAQ. If there's a sell-off in the NASDAQ, crypto's going to go down. If the NASDAQ pump, crypto going to go up. Okay, so there is that. So not a big fan of how crypto is moving way too much in sync with the NASDAQ as far as crypto. Let's see what else. The market will open in 3 minutes. I will shut off unless you want me to stay on, but I won't be talking. I can stay on, answer a few questions here and there, but I will put my eyes on the market. Okay, I'm okay doing that, but right now I can talk and focus on people in the chat room. But if you want me to stay on and keep the chat running, I'm just gonna let the thing run, but my focus will be somewhere else. Phil, yeah, I thought so. You're on YouTube for a while. If you didn't know, Phil, if you don't know me, I have been selling my collection from 13,000 books down to barely over 1,000. Yes, I sold a ton in the last 5 years, a ton, thousands. I sold 4,000 of my books on YouTube alone in the last 5 years. Yes, 4,000, a lot. Okay, and then I sold a ton of more valuable book in auction with Comic Link, all that stuff. But the collection has shrunk from 13,000 plus down to about 10,000, 1,200 ish. So I'm pretty much done selling. I'm pretty much done buying for my collection as well. F that. F all of that. Okay. I barely have. My plan is to stop making comic video. You know, the Silver Age countdown I'm doing. When it reached number one, I'm out. Okay, so I'm trying to get 2 or 3 of those videos done per week. So my goal is by summer, sometime this summer, I am gonna be out of making any more comic video on this channel. Okay, so that's, if you want to know when I'm gonna stop, watch that Silver Age countdown. Right now it's number 45, 44, something like that. So if I do 2 a week, roughly in 20 something weeks, it will be done and out. Okay, done and out. And then I will do a lot more, you know, depending on how people enjoy these kind of things. I might keep the thing running for hours. You know, I don't mind, as long as people don't mind me not talking. Okay, I don't need. Yes, the market's open. Let's take a look. Let's see. Amazon 3045, Google dropped to 2680. That's fine. Let the first 15 minutes play out. Let the first 15 minutes play out. Do nothing, okay? Just sit in your hand. We can chit chat here. Give me a second. I need to go refresh my coffee, and I'll be back in 1 minute. Oof, oof, oof. Wow, that is one ugly looking chart. Yeah, all mine. Not touching that. CMG. Impressive, okay? Impressive. See, look at CMG. CMG is it gap up and it's holding the gap, okay? So right there, 1545 is the gap. That's the line of defense right there. Okay. So as long as so if I was trading CMG, right, I would have been out already. Like, remember, let me save this. Remember the rule that I explained to people? Gap up, low of day. Gap next day, low of day here, right? So if I had CMG, which I did not, I sold my CMG over here, okay, before earning. I don't want to take the earning risk. So I would have raised my stop from here to here, and then on Friday I would have been out. Okay, I would have been out like 1566 ish out. So basically, I am back to where it is. Okay, would I buy CMG here? No, 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 no. Okay, I let it prove to me that it can hold the line. Especially if I just sold at 1566. What's the point, right? What's the point? Amazon. Okay, we still got 8 more minutes, so let things unfold. Google, where are you? Google, all right. Okay, so this is what I would do. In 8 minutes, I would put my stop right here, 2665.13. That would be my stop, okay? Probably on 2 shares. The initial 2 shares I bought that was higher, that's fine. I will buy it back lower if I can, but you know, discipline. You gotta do something, okay? You gotta hold the line. Microsoft down. For now, no touch, okay? No touch on Microsoft here. For me, I need to see Microsoft get back over the MA here, okay? So you need to get over the 200 MA, 295-ish, okay? Otherwise, no touch, because if the NASDAQ dump because of Ukraine, we can see Microsoft back to 280, all right? I would buy Microsoft all day long at 280. A stock does not have to fill the gap. Most gaps are filled, but sometimes a gap does not fill, okay? If I see if we look at another stock that have a lot of gap, I can talk about it. Let's see, Tesla. Oof. Doing okay, all right? It's back. I bought 3 shares of Tesla between 861 and 850 something. Lower, down here, okay? I bought 855, 861, and another share in between. So it's holding, okay? So where would my stop for Tesla be? Low of day, 852, 853, okay? Right there. But we'll see where it is. And then would I buy Tesla back at the 200 MA? Yeah. Hey, selling here, buy back $30 cheaper, no brainer, okay? No brainer. I would. But as far as gap filling, let me see if I can find example of gap. See this gap right here? It filled. Okay, it's really hard to not find a gap that does not fill. Look at this. Look at his Moderna. Okay, here's a perfect example. Look at this gap here. Okay, look at this gap. My brother and I traded Moderna so many times last year. Okay, you see this? You see this? Gap, fill. See that? If you bought Moderna on the dump down here, you suffer another gap right here. Here's another gap. This stock gap like crazy, okay? So look at that. And then the third gap down here. So a gap, if you're smart, you would have waited until it proved that it can get over the MA, and then you got sucker, right? It ride the wave, and then you thought you're safe, and then it gap down below the support, okay? This stock is famous to gap below support and wipe out everybody, okay? Gap, 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 but look at that. See? Close the gap right here. Close the gap up there. So trust me, gap often fill, okay? I don't have a set percentage gain that I'm looking for. I go from level to level, okay? So depend on what the next level is. It can be 5% above, it could be 10% above, it could be 13% above. So it all depends on the level above, okay? So I don't have a set, like, you know, I'm going to this stock for 10% gain, for 20% gain. That's not it at all. That's why I don't have time frame, and I don't have set percentages. I have set level above, okay? So yeah, Moderna wouldn't touch that with a pole, okay? Would not touch that. Now, would I buy Moderna down here at the low? Yeah, with a trade, but not right now. Not right. Oh, Pfizer. Now, Pfizer is down here. It's a no touch for me, okay? I only have a few share. I think I have like 20 share altogether, maybe 25. I'm not touching this, okay? If Pfizer, okay, we close to 15 minutes into the market, I will put my stop right around 49.69. We're very close to my stop, okay? I would stop and buy back down here at 46. There is no reason for me to be in Pfizer. I would take a $1.50 loss. That's fine with me, okay? In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. It's a small position, no fear on taking a loss there. Logging on. I should have done this earlier. All right. Yeah, see, Pfizer is flirting with support right here. It's not, it's gonna get. See, this is a line that it needs to hold. It's not holding, okay? There you go. It's failing. It's failing that line, and I'm gonna say bye-bye to my Pfizer position. In 1 minute, like I said, what I'm doing now, like I said before, if you tune in before, wait for the first 15 minutes to go past, and then wait for the bounce, and then set your stop, okay? So I'm watching Pfizer very closely. It better bounce. If not, I'm just gonna sell out outright without even worry about a stop there, because like I said, $1.50, $2 of loss on like 20 shares, that's not a big deal, okay? It's not a big deal. The first rule that my friend taught me is never let a small loss turn into a bigger loss. Okay, be disciplined. Surprisingly, the market is holding up in the first 15 minutes. Don't be fooled. It could be a fake out. Okay, so be careful. Do not buy anything here. I'm not buying anything. I'm not selling anything, but I am also not buying anything. Okay, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla. Okay, so this is what I would do with Tesla. Put my stop right there. Low up there. 853.15. Let's do that. Okay. But first, let's deal with Google first. That's more important. Google. Low up day is 2665.13. I'm gonna put in an order to sell 2 of my share. I get 5 shares. Okay, so I will take a loss on those 2 if it breached that point. 2. Stop limit on quote 26. See, I'm so bad with my memory. 2665.13. 65.13. That's my limit. That's my stop price, and my limit price will be 2665. Hopefully that will be low enough. Good for 60 days. Good to cancel. Order in. 1 in. Next move. How about Tesla? Do the same thing here. 852. 853.15. 853.15. I only have 3 shares, so not a big deal. But discipline I must. Okay, second order in. How about Walmart? Oh, Walmart. I'm fine with my Walmart. No worry there. Okay, this area for Walmart has been a stud for a long time. Plus, it's a cheap stock. Plus, I have like 20 shares. Not a big deal. Okay, I don't mind holding on to Walmart here, but once again, it's flirting with the low. Okay, so if you worry about Walmart, put your stop below the low of day. Same thing with Target. I'm sure it's down. Yep, Target came right down to support right here. See, look, this line. Okay, yeah, it's right there. It needs to hold. Okay, it needs to hold. Because where else? Where would be the next spot for Target if that fails? Curiosity's sake. You can look at this short-term high down there. See, which is not a big deal. I wouldn't worry about 200. Yeah, right there. 202. Okay, if this fail, 202 is the next level. It's that simple. CMG still holding. How about Costco? Below the line. Below the line. See you at 502. 500. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna set my alert right here. Oh, come on. Alert. buy. Okay, so yeah, 502, 501 could be a spot to get in. We will see. Well, Paul M., I already outlined what I said about Google, right? Yeah, Moderna. My brother made a ton of money on Moderna. Okay, a ton. My brother bought Moderna before the pandemic. Okay, if you don't know, my brother is a biotech analyst. He bought Moderna a year before the pandemic. Okay, wait, it's insane. The profit that he make with Moderna, he sold most of his Moderna in the 400 range. Okay, and he has been trading in and out of Moderna. He told me about Moderna before the vaccine for the pandemic happened, but I didn't touch it. Okay, so that was my bad. Otherwise, I would have made insane money like he did. He made a lot of money on the other BNTX, the other company that does this. He bought this company at like 100, and he sold it at like 250, 300. It's insane. My brother made insane profit last year, the last 2 years with Moderna and BioNTech. That's his field, right? He lived in Massachusetts. He worked in Cambridge. My brother worked for Pfizer before. He worked for Biogen, so he has extensive knowledge, experience in drugs, trial, all that stuff. He's a big fan of Moderna, way before the pandemic. Uh, yeah, Fibonacci is useful, but at time I prefer level and support more, to be honest. Okay, because that's just me. I mean, I draw Fibonacci here and there, but I find that for me, um, doing levels, trend line has been more useful for me than using Fibonacci. I still use it. I do. It's just that I don't like to draw it because it become the chart becomes so messy with so many lines, and it's just I use Fibonacci more when I'm talking stock with my brother, because a lot of time Fibonacci line can fall right in line with a trend line or support or resistance, but when I do it here, the chart looks so messy. But there are stocks out there that I use Fibonacci, like Facebook. Okay, Facebook. I did the Fibonacci there. See, Facebook's doing okay. Like I said, if you're so scared about the market, put your stop at the low of today, which is 217.84. Okay, nothing else to do there. How about Apple? Apple doing okay. How about AMD? Okay, TXN right online. How about Dick's Sporting Good? Okay. How about Disney? Yeah, Disney. All right, doing okay. Holding the line. Okay, Disney is holding the line. As for those that follow me, I did exit my one small position, my trading position, because it failed to hold the line here. But it's back around where I sold it. Okay, I sold it at 151.2 or something like that. Yeah. So right now it's a little bit above, which is fine. I still have other shares of Disney. Not a big deal. The markets seem to doing okay. Now that we're into the first 20 minutes, all right? Booking, all that fear mongering about war and people canceling flight, guess what? They didn't. Amazon is stronger, Google is stronger, Tesla is stronger, Netflix is stronger, Shopify is stronger. So the computer is buying, okay? The computer already factored in the fear factor last Friday, and right now it's doing okay. I think for now, I'm not buying anything. Keep that in mind. I'm not buying anything. I bought a ton Friday, right? For those that follow me, I bought a ton. I used up 5% of my cash, which is a lot to buy a lot. So many of those purchases are in the money, which is fine. I will be watching them potentially to even take some profit on some position if needed. But for now, I'm not adding. I'm keeping my 30% cash where it is. I'm raising my stop, protect my gain, blah, 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 right? Uh, I don't really follow Elliott. Elliott wave theory is okay. The problem, here's the thing with, if you do technical analysis, it is an endless amount of pattern that you can follow, right? I'm sure those that understand technical analysis. And over time, you find that something works, something doesn't. What I do, the reason why I show you mostly support, gap, fill, trend, I limit those things because to me, they seem to be the most useful one for me. Not to say that other things are not as useful, but I learned that sometimes less is more. Okay, I can feel my chart. My friend, his chart looked like a complete clutter of mess, right? Whenever he emailed me his chart, it is so many lines. It was all kind of things, head and shoulder, bear flag pattern. He can see it, okay? For him, it's not too much. For me, it is too much, all right? And I learned that with me, it works well when I just use what worked the best for me. Uh, I just can't follow like 25 different technical indicator, but I don't discourage people from not doing it. Other people can do it. You see me here. I don't bother draw cup and handle, bear flag this, bull flag that. Uh, Less is more for me. Okay, less is more for me. I don't need. You should my every square centimeter on the chart of my friend is filled with something. Plus, he put notes on them. Buy here, sell here, short there. It's my brother. The first time I showed that chart, a sample of a chart to my brother, he's just like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Right? It's just like Christmas tree light. Okay, and I'm just like, I can see it, I can read it, I can understand it, but for many people, it's just way too much information. All right, so I try to limit things to make it so it's not overwhelming. How about Nvidia? Holding the line. It is holding the line. How about JPM? All right. See, JPM is doing what I think it would do. See, it touched. It went down to 152. All right. Come down to 150. Papa will buy at 150. Papa like. Okay. Papa like. Goldman Sachs, same thing here. Nothing to do here until it's down there. Okay. 356. Oh, how about Airbnb? Airbnb is holding up. I'm glad I sold 2/3 of my position between 166 and 170. I think 171, whatever it was. Gotta lock in those gains. Okay. Gotta lock in those gains. I don't feel I'm missing out anything on Airbnb. What else? What else? I'm trying to think of, how about Roku? Okay. Oh, we have not looked at the XBI. XPI is still holding the line, okay, staying above the 20 MA is fine, nothing there. Oh, how about ANTM, Anthem? Yeah, remember I talked about Anthem, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Yeah, say hello to 447. I'm not gonna touch it yet, but it is below where I exited. If you didn't sell here at the all-time high, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? See, many stocks that break the all-time high cannot hold. All right, cannot. Very few. Sure, once in a while you look at the stock like, oh my God, it went all-time high and keep going higher. But more often than not, from Google to many other good companies, okay, you gotta sell something. Inaction is the wrong move. Okay, so I like Anthem here, but it need to go down more. UNH, same thing, need to go down more. Starbucks, hello LGFA. Starbucks, I was adding near the low Friday. For now, do nothing. Okay, do nothing. I don't mind holding it here. Okay, I have 150 share of Starbucks, so it's one of the larger position that I have. So trust me, I am okay. I'm okay with Starbucks in this range. When I buy Starbucks, I fully expect it to bounce in this range for a while until next earning. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Nothing to worry about there. I'm not selling I'm not stopping out of Starbucks. Okay, I'm okay there. One of the stock I like, AMN. Yeah, nothing to do there. Nike. Yeah. See, I like Nike here. Okay, it's holding the line. Would I add more to Nike? More likely add more to Nike here than other position. Okay, so for now I'm not adding, but I'm watching Nike closely to make sure that it's hold the line. Right, the day is young. Okay, keep that in mind. We are barely 30 minutes into the trading day. There is nothing. This market can go deep red in the next 3 hours. Okay, so set your stop. Set your stop if you are fearful, and you're okay. See, for me, my position in Nike is pretty small. I don't need to worry about setting a stop, but it needs to hold here. Okay, it needs to see that it closed the gap. If not, it's gonna close the gap. Okay, the gap is down here, 135. Okay, so if you wonder where it can go, right there, the gap is 134.82. Right there. Let's draw the line so that we know. Boom. There we go. All right, so if this doesn't hold, close the gap, it will. Okay, it will. Let's save it. PayPal. All right, it's chilling here. I would not touch it. Not yet. Not yet on PayPal. Not yet. No reason to buy PayPal here. Square, I like more. If you pay attention to me the last couple of days, okay, I like PayPal Square more. And if you listen to me last week when I said I think PayPal has bottom of the diversion in trend as far as volume, downward trend on up volume, I like that. Plus, it is at the key critical point here where it will cross the downtrend and over the 20 MA. Yeah, I would be more inclined to be okay with anyone that say, I want to buy Square here instead of PayPal. There's no reason to be happy on PayPal. PayPal, back to PayPal. Yeah, this is just nothing here. One nasty gap. See, look at PayPal. It gap, it filled the gap right there. See that? Right here. Gap down, fill the gap. Gap down, gap down. Man, it's just ugly. Square is the way to go. I agree. If you agree with me, because I've been saying that since last week. At least I feel safer with Square as far as, you know, it can go sideways, but the downside, the downdraft is pretty much over. It more likely will, you know, bounce on the bottom or bounce up. PayPal is still in what I call no man's land. Okay, it's between support. Nah. Roku, did I talk about Roku? I did, right? Roku, I need to see that it holds this line right here, all right? 157.5, 158. It might drift down there. If that doesn't hold, then say hello to 140. I would not touch Roku here. No. No. How about Wells Fargo? Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't sell up here, what were you doing? All-time high? When you see an all-time high like this, followed by this, another wick up and rejection, that's a signal to say, get the F out, okay? Because once it's okay, second time, and it reject harder, come on. Bank America, same thing. Hard rejection at the all-time high, right? Why? Why not sell here, right? Look. I will keep beating on this dead horse until people get it, okay? It's not about, if you hold something at the all-time high, you are foolish. PSA, eek, danger zone. If this fail, key point here, okay? If this fails, say hello to 339. Or, see, I like this right here. See, look at this. If you're not into PSA, down here is a good spot right there. You know why? It's a conversion of two key support. You got the moving average coming right where the past reference low was. So if you're not into PSA, down here, good spot to start to buy the dip right here. Okay, that's a good spot right there. But if you hold PSA, where will you do? You better put your stop right at the low of day here, because or at worst, put your stop right here, 353.92. Because if this give, if 353.93 give, then you can see 341 in a hurry. PSA. I would not touch it here. No way. No way. No how. BLK. Is that BlackRock? Yeah. Do nothing here. Okay. It's. Would I buy it at 752? $10 lower? Yeah. How about BX? Blackstone. CGC company that invests in CGC. Say hello to 117 if this doesn't hold. Okay, so if not, see you down here. Okay, 109 would be a spot. If not, see you at 101. Okay, so there's a couple spots here for Blackstone. Okay, so if you want to invest in a company that invests in CGC, there you go. I'm gonna take off in about 6 minutes. Okay, I think 10:15 will be a good time for me to say bye-bye as I move on to do other things with my life, like feed the chicken, get the eggs, all that stuff. And then I will launch a Super Bowl chat around 11:30-ish, okay? So if you want to talk football, come back at 11:30 before lunch. I think I pretty much run over everything, right? I'm looking at my list here. How about gold? G-O-D. Gold. Yep. Wow. Gold last Friday, right? For the first time, break over the trend. Nice. Holding strong, but how much more can you go? What happened when the crisis is over? Wow, GDX. Oof. I'll be selling GDX here. How about GM? GM. No touch, okay? Until 47, no touch. How about Ford? No touch, okay? There's no reason to buy Ford or GM right here. No reason whatsoever. Neo. No. How about Rivian? What's the symbol for Rivian? RIVN? RIVN? Is it? Rivian? Yeah. Rivian. Pain. Yeah. Nothing there. Microsoft. Below. Yeah. See, I'm not touching Microsoft here. It needs to get over the line for me to be okay with Microsoft. I mean, I'm not. My position is fairly small. I'm not worrying about Microsoft. But if it tank down to 280, yeah. No reason to do anything else there. Nvidia. I talk about Nvidia is holding the line. Nothing to. If this doesn't hold, say hello to 227, right? If not, be down here. But for now, Nvidia is okay. It's doing okay. So as Avago, Broadcom, Avago, AVGO, Broadcom, holding the line. Yeah, barely holding on. Okay. Qualcomm, riding, it's riding the line. See, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's holding. The computer is out there defending the line. Okay, the computer and buyers are holding up the line. How about Skyworks? Oof. Ugly. Skyworks. Yeah. No man's land. Okay, nothing to do there with Skyworks. TXN. Holding the line. Okay, holding the line. That's okay. Nothing to be fearful there. Okay, so it's okay. Now, if I was scared of TXN, right, I would put my stop right there. Low of day. 163.5. Okay, so if it tanks, get out right there and buy back. Buy back where? Where would I buy TXN? This is why I don't really worry about TXN, because the next support is right here at 161, 162. So it's $2. Okay, on 20 share is nothing. I'm not worrying about losing another $40. Not worrying about that. I will buy more TXN down here at 162. Okay, so TXN is a do nothing for me, but I will buy more at 162. SMH, the horse that pulled the carriage, right? The ETF. It's holding. Key reason why many chip stock is doing okay, right? Oh, Lam Research. Yeah, no man's land. Nothing to do there. Okay. AMAT. Same thing. Nothing to do there. UPS. Ooh, pain. Damn. Okay, let's talk about UPS. This is a good lesson, okay? You remember me talking about setting stop on UPS last week? Once again, let's go over the lesson again. Gap up, right? If you didn't sell any, the right thing to do would have sell a little bit and then put your stop right here. Okay? Next day, put your stop right here. Next day, put your stop right here. On the fourth day, you out. You don't care. You watch this carnage from 227 down to 212, 15 point. You don't care. Okay? If you didn't do that, if you get caught on this move without doing exactly what I outlined all of last week, learn it from your mistake and go forward. When you see a big gap up in anything, sell some, set your stop, move your stop up every day until you get out completely and say and avoid this nonsense. Okay, absolutely nonsense. So right now, UPS is at the point that it must hold. Okay, two key moving average right here between 210 and 212. I think it will hold, but if it doesn't, say hello to the gap fill. Okay, because it's gonna come down from one level to the next. Okay, so if this fail, likely 210 will fail, and next you get 205, 204, and then the gap fill at 202. Okay, so a lot of downside here. Right now, it is a no touch. Okay, no touch. It's just another example of a gap up that you should have done something. Wells Fargo, I talked about Wells Fargo before, but if you miss it, now you know. Hell no here. If you did not sell on this day with the second wick, this is one of the things that I tell my brother. When you have a stock that reached the all-time high and wick, by wick I mean like you see this like long line. Basically, if you don't understand candle term, go on YouTube and Google how to interpret candle. You don't want this. You don't want to see this hammer. Okay, this hammer here is very bearish. All right, you don't want to see this hammer. Okay, this is a very, especially when you have one already, it tests the all-time high, it rejects. The next day, it tests again and hammer you even worse. You have to get out. Okay, if you did not, my brother and I constantly look for the double wick. Okay, it's dangerous to see the double wick. Okay, when you see that, it usually leads to many bad things. And another chart pattern that my friend always follow is he want to see a reversal of a trend, right? On a short term, like day to day, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, similar wick red, wick red, wick red, wick red. Next day, reverse. If this thing, my friend would buy here, okay? If he see this kind of pattern, the end of a reversal of a trend that is 4 days old, yeah, he would buy here the next day. He won't buy here, okay? This would give him a signal perhaps to get in because it hit a moving average, a support. He will get in. This would trigger an alert for him, and then he will get in the next day, and then he likely would, I'm not sure what he would do right here, but he can enjoy the ride, okay? But this right here is very bearish, very bearish. Okay, very bearish. You don't like the double wick, okay? Don't hang around the double wick. Amazon is doing okay. But also double wick should be about the all-time high, okay? It should be, okay? Other time the wick doesn't mean a heck of a lot, okay? But the double wick at the all-time high is what you should be really concerned. Yeah, Amazon, nothing there. Google, yeah, nothing to be concerned about. Like I said, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. All right. Costco, ooh, 502. Haha. Me like Costco. Okay, me like Costco. Come down a little bit more. Down just a little bit more. 501. I would consider adding Costco at 501 or right here, okay, 502. It's close enough, but I will be patient. I will put an order in like 502, 501, okay, and nibble a little Costco here. I like Costco. Nothing not to like about Costco, okay? Nothing to dislike about Costco there. I think that's about it, right? I can say bye-bye. But yeah, at the all-time high, you should pay very close attention to the double wick, okay? Because that double wick thing, sometimes even a single wick is dangerous, okay? Especially when you have heavy selling pressure. It signal to you. What that does is signal to you that seller are lining up to exit, right? It's not, there is no let's move it to a next level, right? It's like no, it's the move is out, the move is done, okay? Yes, Phil. Part of what I try to illustrate here on my channel is that you must remove emotion from your stock. Just like comic books, okay? I have no problem selling any comic books if I think it's the right time to sell. This is why I don't sit around and talk about, oh, you should sell something, worry about paying taxes and blah, 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 blah. You sell when it's the right time to sell. I have no love. It's a stock, just like a comic book. It's a comic book. It's not my wife. It's not my son. It's not anything important. It's no different than a car, anything. It's just a stock, okay? Do not, people that fall in love with a stock make all kind of mistake, okay? All kind of mistake. Don't do it. GE. If you bought GE here, based on the last dip down here, congratulations. But watch out. Watch out, okay? If this doesn't hold, we might get a chance. So for those in the chat room, if GE return to 88, let me know, okay? I will buy GE at 88 again, okay? I don't care for the company, but would I buy GE at 88? Yes, all day long. Intel, struggling here, but that's okay. It's at the line, okay? It is where it's supposed to be. It's okay. One last one. Did I talk about Qualcomm, Target, XBI, Home Depot, Walmart? I think I covered everything. I don't think I have left out anything. Before I go, let's take a look at, what was it? I know I was talking about something. Oh, CMI, Cummings. This one for you, Phil. 220. No, it need to get down a little bit lower, okay? But I like Cummings here. But take a look. Here's another. Let's use this example to draw a line, okay? A trend line. 273.65. Look at that, okay? That's a decent trend line right there, right? Look at that. It hit 3, 4, 5 spot, okay? So that's a decent trend line if you want to learn how to draw a trend line right there, okay? But for me right now, since we talk about UPS, let's look at FedEx. FedEx, oof. This was key. Look at this. Key trend here, okay? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, failed trend line, big sell off, okay? Big sell off because it failed the trend line. See? That's an example of a good trend line right here. If you are in FedEx, you should have your stop right here because failing the trend line at 239, say hello, $10 lower, right? So That's painful. And now where it's going? Look, it hit the ref low. Is it a secret? Is this random? Holy cow. Right there. See that? Let's draw in more support. Low 216.34. There you go. FedEx. So yes, FedEx is at the key here. Okay, it better hold. What an ugly chart. Gilead. No, not yet. No, I would not do anything with Gilead right now, okay? Because this candle is pretty ugly. This is a big, red, ugly candle. But I will text my friend to see what he say. Because look at that. It can go a lot low, okay? It can go, not that I expect to go this low, but it need to get over that line. Okay, no need to add to Gilead here, okay? It need to show me that it has arrested its descent. It could be, okay? Here's a line that might be useful here. Week, let's do time frame 2 years. 2 years, okay. 64.06 right here. Here we go. Yeah, there's no see, I kind of like that. That works for me. Okay, that works for me. Edit property. I would ask my friend, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he says 60. Okay, so I will report back after I text him later today and say, hey, where's the next spot to buy Gilead? I won't be surprised if he says 60. If he does say 60, then you know he will give me an A for being a good student. So Gilead. Save. Okay, so there you go. All right. Keep in mind, trend line need to show good support, good resistance, touching multiple spots. Look at this, see? Sure, can you draw another trend line using this up here? Sure. My friend, like I said, his chart, he's have lines everywhere, okay? Line up and down, crisscrossing, but boom, this spot hit, came down, boom, it hit here, and then it struggled, right? And then it break, and then it bounce and support, okay? Just like any level, what was resistant before becomes support, right? And boom, it bounced, and then now it's coming down to it. So this is a very good trend line, okay? Very good one, because it shows you clear patterns of how computers and other traders behave, okay? So Gilead down here, 60, could be a good spot, okay? Make sense? Yeah? Anyhow, I didn't think I would be able to run this chat for almost 2 hours. I appreciate everyone tuning in. You asked about Netflix. I thought I'd talk about Netflix before I go. Netflix is holding the line. Nothing to do here with Netflix, okay? Nothing to do here. Not adding, not selling, nothing. Okay, it's holding the line. If you want to add, if you don't have any position in Netflix and you want to take a dip here, not a bad idea, but set your stop. If you buy Netflix here, say at 403, where my stop? My stop would be low of day right here at 386.89. Okay, because if this give, we can test 383 and then go a lot lower. Okay, so set a tight stop because you can see 351 in a hurry, the way Netflix move. So yeah, I wouldn't touch that. Not right here. I wouldn't buy any. I would set my stop right there. Or use that line. Use 384 is your stop. That's fine as well because you don't want to give this up, okay? Giving this up, you can see $50 lower, okay? Trust me, you don't want that. You don't want to give $50 away on a share, right? This stock moved big. Anyhow, please hit the thumbs up if you find the session useful and helpful. Okay, that will just give me a feedback that other people appreciate the content. Other than that, I don't ask for donation. I don't charge for this kind of stuff. Okay, so have a good day. I will come back in about an hour to talk about football. Join me